What I want to talk about is 2A people need to stop being assholes to other 2A people. Because there's enough anti-gunners out there trying to be assholes to us. So out there in YouTube land, there's people that talk about gun stuff, that talk about Second Amendment stuff. There's a guy out there, his name is Matt Stamp. He had to change the name of his channel so that, you know, the YouTube algorithm wouldn't just cut him out completely. His name's Matt Stamp. He's ex-military. His stuff is all about information. He's like, hey, look, this is what I use. This is why I use it. I used to use this when I was in service, but I use this now that I'm not in service. You know, he goes through the rules of gun ownership. He goes through the rules of gun handling. He's a really nice guy. He's soft-spoken. He's not threatening at all. He's all right. And he doesn't get into politics. That's the big thing. Unlike Iraq veteran 8888, who also, I have a lot of respect for him. He's done a lot of stuff. But he has no problem getting up there and promoting one side of the political spectrum. He does it a lot. And I honestly, it turned me off for a while. Because look, man, you want to do your gun gripes episodes? I love your gun gripes episodes. I watch them. A lot of times you give really good information. But every so often, you go off into the weeds on political rants. And you know what? Stop it. Nobody wants to hear that. Don't do it. You're not helping yourself. You're hurting yourself. Yes, you got like a gazillion followers. Okay, great. But to the outside world, you're one of them. Stop being one of them. Be a good ambassador for 2A. Don't be the stereotype. Guns and Gadgets. There's another guy. He's an ex-cop. He's on the East Coast. He's mostly okay. I'll watch him when he puts something up. But again, he does the same thing. He goes off into this anti-democrat, liberal, him and his liberal, anti-liberal stance. And it's like, you know what? Liberal's not a dirty word. You guys co-opted it. But again, stick to information. Paul Harrell, same guy, same kind of guy. He's a good, I watch him. He sets things up. He shows you how things work and what they do to certain things, but he does the same thing too. I mean, you know, he called the COVID, the pandemic, the beer situation. I'm like, come on, really? I respect you as well, Paul, but when you say stuff like that, you sound like an asshole. Don't be an asshole, Paul Harrell. And then there's the fun guys over on the other side. You got Demolition Ranch. Everybody knows who they are. You got Kentucky Ballistics. Guy's hysterical. Now, Kentucky Ballistics used to do just what it says. He's in Kentucky. He's police, ex-law enforcement. I'm not sure if he was in the service, though. But he used to just, you know, take different firearms with different bullets and go, okay, this is what these things do. This is what this means. This is what Full Metal Jacket means. This is what jacketed hollow point means. This is what a hard cast is. This is what a soft tip is, and so on and so on and so on. And actually shoot the things and give you the science on them, which was great. He changed it to be a little looser and a little funnier, and he's hysterical. Never mentions politics. Him or Demo Ranch. I've never heard those guys mention politics. CRS Firearms, another one. He's a young guy. He's a little dude. He owns his own pawn shop, and he sells guns, sells firearms. Hysterical. The guy's insanely funny. He really is. Occasionally, he'll get into politics, but he does it so fast that you almost don't even notice it. And I can appreciate that because most of his other stuff is either very entertaining or actually educational. And then Brandon Herrera. otherwise known as the AK guy. He doesn't usually get into politics either, but you know, he's one of those guys. He's funny. He does AKs. He's an AK guy, hence his moniker. He's kind of funny. The other guys rag on him. It's fine. And then there's the real 2A guy, as far as I'm concerned. The one that really should be, and he's on a lot of shows. He's been on Bill Maher, he's been on Fox, he's been on a lot of stuff. He's a lawyer. And when he talks about stuff, you can hear it that he gets angry because of the politics, but he doesn't generally trash on politics. He sticks to the facts, just the facts, ma'am. I object. Your objection is overruled. He's a lawyer, and he talks like a lawyer, and he thinks like a lawyer. We need more guys like that. And then my personal favorite. Oh, wait a minute. Then there's Dragon Man. Dragon Man's a Long Island native guy. I'm from Long Island. I actually, knew who he was back in the day when he was building, custom motorcycles in Merrick. And he's labeled as the most armed person in the country. It's insane. He's in Denver. He's in Colorado somewhere, but he's got a whole compound. The guy's got stuff. It's awesome what this guy has. But again, I mean, he seems friendly. He's extraordinarily knowledgeable. Him and his daughter run the thing. But he gets into the politics. And it's like, you don't have to get into the politics. I understand it's your God-given right, freedom of speech and all that. But just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should do a thing. And if you do a thing, do it in such a way that it helps. Now, people tell me I'm absolutely abrasive as fuck. And I am. I call people assholes. I call people stupid. I say nasty things to people. I do occasionally. And that might not be all that good, but it's what I do. Because I'm tired of it. I've been biting my lip for years on a lot of these things that I talk about. And I talk about them. But, that's Dragon Man. But my all-time favorite's Yankee Marshall. The most toxic man in the gun community. There's a guy, he's up in Washington State somewhere, and he does his regular stuff. He talks about guns, talks about community, talks about a lot of stuff. He doesn't really get into politics, but he's not exactly smooth either. And then there's Cam Edwards, and he's got his Cam and Company on Hometown Media. I'm not sure, the Town Hall Media. Now, he's as right-wing is, but even he doesn't get off into the insanity of that. He's more of a news guy. He does his show. I watch his show all the time because a lot of what he says and a lot of the people he has on his show makes sense. They talk about the issues, and they usually have something useful to say. What I'm saying is, all you guys out there, yes, you're all doing your thing. Yes, you all have a thing to do, and you all have something to say. But from what I've seen, as a kind of a background guy, is gun support people are their own worst enemy. Gun support people shoot themselves in the foot continually. Gun support people give the anti-gunners tons of ammunition that you should not be giving them because of the way we put our message out there, as they say. Nobody knows I'm a gun guy. Nobody believes that I'm a 2A person. They just don't. Because I don't fly that flag. Because I don't think I should have to fly that flag. When I was in California, yes, that's when I started arming myself and my girlfriend at the time, because I was kind of worried about things that were going to happen, and I didn't want any problems happening to her if I wasn't around. So we started arming. We started loading up on ammunition, started, going to the gun range, started taking classes, started knowing how to do things. But because at the time I was in the Hollywood thing, nobody knew that. And that's fine with me, but that's why I'm saying I don't usually talk about this stuff, but I am now, because I've been watching things and there's too much anti-gun stuff coming down for the normal message of the gun tubers out there and the normal message of the 2A community. Guys need to bring down the politics. Take the politics out of the equation, because the Second Amendment is the umbrella under which all Americans should be protected. Period.